Alright, here we go. This is going to be a walkthrough of what I have done on Farming Simulator 22, and I have recreated my grandfather's farm that I worked on growing up in the 1990s and early 2000s. It was called Loudean Farms in central Nebraska. So I have taken as much of the items as I could within the game to recreate that farm as closely as I could to what I grew up on. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough here to show everybody what I've done. So obviously here we start here, we have our farmhouse. And if you walk around the side, you have a little walkway here to a carport with our GMC pickup and our fuel tank right here. Go around the corner, and here we have another pickup. This is actually a 1988 model GMC pickup. It is a diesel pickup though, so you'll notice when I get in here and start it up. But the color scheme is very similar to the one that we had growing up. Continue the tour over here. We have our John Deere 9500 combine. And I'm going to jump into some of these vehicles and turn them on so you can see just how realistic this game is. We also have our two headers over here. So I will jump on up here into this combine. I will let you look around. And this is just exactly what I remember inside my grandfather's combine growing up. Straight down to the radio station 105.9, which actually is a local radio station. You turn around and you can see the grain tank inside, and if we start it up, it sounds pretty authentic. So we'll get out. Over here we have one hog enclosure, hog pen, empty right now. We do have one pen over here with some black Angus cows, which you have to manually feed and manually give water, because that's one of the things with this game. There's no cattle pens that you can create that have a watering system that automatically fills itself. And then our second pen here, got some red Angus cows. Continue over here. We just have our simple chisel plow here. We have our John Deere 825 row crop cultivator. We have a John Deere 250 pull behind sprayer and a Case IH 490 disc. Go around here, a machine shed very similar, a little bit smaller than the one we grew up, but this is the closest depiction they had in the game. You can open and close the doors. Straight down to the basketball hoop that my grandfather had in front of his machine shed. Here's one of the tractors that we had growing up, Case 2390. Now this particular model was actually a third party created this mod for the game, so it hasn't been tested by the game creators, so it doesn't have full functionality within the game. But I will jump inside, let you look around. The dash is fairly identical to what we grew up with, but the controls over here you can see very basic. We'll start it up and jump out. Sounds pretty close to what we had growing up. Over here I have two additional tractors. We did not have these on our farm growing up. My grandfather did later upgrade to a 7210, so I have a 7250 and a 7120 over here. These are tractors that were created by the developers of the game, so they've been tested and have full functionality. So this Case 2390 and the other two tractors on here will not run some of the equipment that I have, so for gameplay purposes, I have those other two tractors. Within the shed here, we have some herbicide. We have some pesticide and some fertilizer, and we also have a Chevy C70 grain truck. Again, I'll jump in. You can see, fairly detailed interior. Looks pretty authentic. Start it up. Give it a drive. grandfather did have a similar model to this truck. It's one of the first vehicles that I learned to drive with a manual transmission. Get this back in here. And then over here, we have our grinder mixer that we use to feed the hogs. We have our John Deere 7000 planter. It's a 6-row. The one my grandfather had was actually a 3-point attachment. They did not have that in the game, so I got the closest thing. And then over here we have our no-till drill that we use. We did not have this model on the farm, but that's the closest American brand within the game that I could find. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to jump on my 4-wheeler here to show everybody else the rest of the farm. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here, out the driveway quick. On the left here, I have a barley field because that's one of the crops used to feed the hogs. I have my reuse pit with a pump. That's where I get my water for my cows. A soybean field off here to the left. Another soybean field off here to the right. I go through here. And then straight ahead is my grass field where I'm getting my hay and silage that I'm using to feed the cows. Go back around. We've got a row of pine trees here. And then you'll also see a couple of more cow pens here on the back side. As we go around that, you'll see my cornfield here on the back. And then my other hog enclosure right here, which is similar, the closest thing I can get to what we had on the farm. Turn this off quick. Jump off. Over here I have my manure spreader, a manure heap that currently has 2,000 liters of manure in there. The hog enclosure currently has 10,000 liters of liquid manure inside of it, and here's my hogs. You can currently see I have 60 in here. It says they're 100% healthy. They got some straw bedding in here, and then an automatic feeding system that I fill up over here on the outside. And like I said, it's a little bit different than what we did growing up. So it says that you can feed them corn, wheat, barley, canola, sunflowers, soybeans, potatoes, sorghum, or sugar beets. What I do is a mixture of corn, barley, and soybeans to meet the requirements of the game. Which you can see right here. So the base food is the corn. 50% of their diet comes from that. And then the grain is either barley or wheat. And then the protein is the soybeans or sunflowers. I do not do the potatoes or sugar beets for the 5% of their diet that can be root crop. I just don't see a need to do that. Come on around over here, and here is my silage bunker. This is a trailer that I use to haul my bales, so I don't have to haul them two at a time. I have a large stack here of hay bales, 4,500 liters apiece. And then I have a stack of wrapped grass bales that turn into silage. And once they've gone from grass to silage, you can cut them open. And just for now, in this game, you can actually harvest. You can actually chop your corn, throw it in one of these bunkers, and actually pack it down with the tractor and cover it up and turn that into silage. But I do this because it's the easiest way to do it. I can jump over here. I can grab my 2090, case 2090, with my loader on it, with my bale spikes, and I can grab 2 silage bales and 1 hay bale, and that will fill this mixer up to 95% with just those 3 bales that I have hooked up to my case 2290 tractor. Jump inside, you'll see looks very similar to the interior on that 2390. The same engine sounds. Now for the cows, you can see the mixing ratio to make their what they call total mixed ration, or TMR, is hay, silage, straw, and mineral feed. We never fed our cows straw growing up, so I do not add that in here. It does not throw off the mix. I'll go back into the menu to show you. On the cows, I can feed them straight hay and it'll have 80% effectiveness. I can feed them straight grass, which will have a 40% effectiveness, or I can give them the total mixed ration, with which I do is hay, silage, and the third thing that I add to my TMR mixture is a mineral base that I have right over here in this little silo next to the workshop, and my power washer. We come on over here. I have a Brent gravity wagon, a Kilbro's orange gravity wagon, a Brent auger wagon. Again, the closest I could get to the size that we had growing up on the farm. They don't have all the exact brands and exact sizes that we had. I have our New Holland mower, pull behind mower here, and I have 2 New Holland rakes here, along with my balers. Now, to make the silage bales in this game, you have to wrap them. So this is one of the reasons why I needed one of those other tractors, because the case tractors that I downloaded will not operate both the baler and the wrapper, because there's too many hydraulic systems and too much power on the PTO. That's one of the reasons I had to. One of the implements that those case tractors will not run that I had to download, the 7120 and the 7250, they will run this basic case IH round baler, because all it is a single PTO and a single hydraulic. Got a Westfield 13071 auger here that will fill up our 3 grain bins. One will be the barley, one will be the soybeans, one will be the corn. But I just started on this. You can see it's still July, so I have not harvested my first crop yet. So those are all still empty right now. And then I'll just go right back around here so you can see the other 2 cattle enclosures here. I have the fences up. I have not put in the feed in the water, the feed bunk or the water trough yet. I still need to add those on these 2 pens, but I do already have that on this pen back here. So that is a walkthrough for you of what I've done to recreate Loudean Farms on Farming Simulator 22. Hope you enjoy it. I may make some more videos in the future of me harvesting the crops and feeding the animals, just to let everybody see how all that works. Hope everybody's enjoyed this. I did this mainly to show off to my family, but I'm going to post it on YouTube for public viewing, so hopefully everybody else can enjoy it too. Maybe if I can get a copy of the some of the photos that we have at home, I'll add that to the video as well, so everybody can see how close I came to what we had growing up. Again, thank you for watching.